stretch your hamstrings, you want to make sure that you bend at the hips, not at your back, that you press forward. You can use your arms in front of you as a counterbalance. You can also support yourself this way, but it's very easy to round here and press too far. Most important is the back stays straight as you hold your stretch. To stretch your quads, you can do a sideline quad stretch. Lay down with a 90-degree hinge at your hip as well as at your knee, and keep your feet relaxed. Your arm can come underneath your ear and have your bicep as a pillow. Reach forward and grab the front of your foot and pull your leg back. A really easy mistake here is to keep the leg too high. Won't get any stretch at all. Keep the knee down and spine straight. To stretch your chest as well as work on your spine rotation health. Lie on your side, 90-degree hinge at your hips as well as a 90-degree hinge at your knees. You can keep your feet relaxed. Your arm comes underneath your head to use as a pillow. One arm reaches forward. Make sure you keep your arms straight. And open this way. Another variation is to have your arms stacked on top of each other. Your head stays relaxed. This allows increased range of motion. An easy mistake is to, when you open up here, the shoulder comes up and the arm comes down. You reverse back. To stretch your hips, starting with the outside, and lie on your back. Grab your knee and pull to your chest. One easy mistake here is to pull at different angles that aren't going to be engaging the specific muscles we're aiming for. And pull knee to chest like this is more comfortable on your low back. You can have your leg like so. You're going to feel this stretch into the top of your hamstring and your glutes, as well as a press in the front of the hips. And to get more of the outside of the glutes, can bring the knee to the opposite shoulder. An easy mistake is to bring the knee too far to the other side and not the shoulder. To stretch the inside part of your hips, bring your knee to your chest, and then open up to the opposite shoulder. Easy mistake here is to bring the hips off the mat. Make sure both are pinned and you don't have your low back popping up. To stretch your piriformis, which is a deep hip muscle, lie on your back and hook your ankle on the opposite knee. From here, you might have a stretch. You're going to feel this through this joint as well as some into your glute. If you do not feel a stretch, bring your knee towards your chest and relax this foot. And if you still don't feel enough, you can either pull your knee closer to you and push the opposite knee out. To stretch your hips as well as your hamstrings at the same time, can start in a lunge position. You're going to bring your leg down on the mat, your knee next to one, straight in front of one shoulder, the foot in front of the other. From here, and you feel this right through that area. If you're not feeling enough of a stretch, you can walk forward. So you're hinging at the hip, not just rounding at the back. If your flexibility allows, you can lie on the ground. If all the stretches are too much, you can stretch in a lunge position. A common stretch that most people know but has a lot of mistakes associated with it is Transpose. I'm going to show you two variations. The first, you are lying on your heels. You're going to start with your back straight. Make sure you don't have a tilt in the pelvis. Keep everything neutral. You will bend forward. Keep your shoulder blades in a neutral position. Don't reach and create an arch. From here, you'll stretch your shoulders right through here, distributed through your legs and potentially your low back as well. That is one variation. The other, to get a different part of your hips, have your knees apart from each other, starting with your glutes on your heels. Walk your arms forward, just like the first variation, and it gets a deeper stretch in the inside of your hips. To stretch the inside of your hips, you're going to have gravity do all the work for you. Lay on your back, have your feet touching each other, connected. Your knees are going to be apart but bent at a 90-degree angle. From here, you're going to make sure that your low back isn't popping off the mat. Tilt your pelvis forward and do whatever is comfortable with your arms and gravity. Well, stretch your hips. To stretch the outside of your arms, you can either do this sitting down comfortably or standing up, whichever you prefer. One arm starts straight with all your wrist, elbow joints stacked. Going to hook the other wrist around. Going to keep yourself nice and tall. With a straight arm, bring one hand to the opposite shoulder. One easy mistake here is to get that extra range by letting the opposite shoulder rise up. But keep that down and your spine straight. Another easy mistake is to lazily lean into it, which makes the elbow bend. To stretch your chest, you reach both arms behind your back in this position. From here, they are going to rest on the top of your hips. You will bring your elbows back towards each other as you open your chest and look to the ceiling. So press the back of your hands into your back and look up. You're going to feel this through your chest here, potentially some in your biceps. If you're looking for a more advanced version, that gets a little bit of a deeper stretch. You can come to your side, your fingers pointing away from your knees. You lean back and open up, look to the ceiling, or look slightly behind you. Make sure the shoulders don't come up. Keep them depressed down. To stretch your sides and your back of the arm, you grab the elbow, bring one hand behind your back, to touch in between your shoulder blades. This arm is going to push the elbow blade down as this hand moves down the back. One easy mistake here is to have your chin too tucked, which will encourage the elbow to come too far. Wrist health is very important and it's easily neglected. Before we do an exercise on the ground, it's really important to make sure your wrists are warmed up. To start, you're going to do little flashes in different directions if you would like, or just throw water off your fingertips. When you are on the ground, place your palms flat, your fingers stay open but relaxed. Sit in a comfortable position, be that here, and also come into this position, whatever feels best. From here, you'll have your pointer fingers forward, and then slightly press forward so the shoulder comes over the wrist. Another stretch for the wrists, or small circles, same hand position, but we'll circle around. The shoulders come slightly behind the wrists, slightly in front, or whatever range is comfortable for you. If you go one way, always go the other. To get the other side of the wrist, bring one arm in front of you, point the fingers to the ground, make sure you are at a neutral angle, not to the side. Other hand places center of the palm over the knuckles, and stretches the fingers down. Easy mistake here is to bring the hand down and not actually get the wrist in the right position, or raising the elbow, which misses out on the stretch as well. To stretch your neck, there's a couple. Stretch is in a series. Bring your palms behind your head. Make a point of the position of your palms behind your head. It's not at the top, not the middle, but the most comfortable spot is at the bottom of the skull with the thumbs in that nice little indent. To start, we'll stretch your neck forward and hold that position. Easy common mistakes to make here is too much of dropping on the chin, so you can't get as much of a press, as well as rounding your back too much instead of a nice straight posture. To the side of your neck, hook one hand over your head, getting your fingertips to your ears, and nice and straight spine, stretch to the side. When you do one side, always make sure you do the other. Another angle is to tilt the head, pull on the jaw. This will make more of an angle stretch on the neck. Whatever is comfortable, be it a hook hand, this, or whatever position feels good. A very good stretch and mobility drill for your spine is a classic cat-cows. I'm going to show you a couple different variations. The standard cat-cow is you start in a tabletop position. This start is not with my shoulders too far relaxed, but depressing down to raise my middle of my spine to the ceiling as my neck and my hips curl towards each other. And reverse the motion, look to the sky. An easy mistake to make here is leaning back into the stretch when your spine is up, or when you're looking up, sitting too far into your hips. A way to get to the sides of your back is to look at the hips, bring the hip towards your face, and rotate side to side. A more advanced version of these is doing a circle with the entirety of your back. You start in that cow position. Circle your head and circle your hips in opposite direction of each other. Do one side as many times as you do the other. Thank you for joining our series of Stretching with SJ on part of the Strong Jewish Community Center. This is phase 1. Our next video will have a little more of a progression for these stretches, as well as show you some alternatives. Thank you so much for joining us.